I know what you're thinking. Is this the brand new Vanquish, a replacement for the DBS, actually an all new car? Because yes, it looks rather like the old one, but let me put your mind at rest. Under this bonnet is an uprated 565 horsepower version of the 6-litre V12. The bodywork, it's all carbon fibre, not even the £1.2 million 177 gets that. And the design, it's familiar, but it's all new. So yes, in every sense of the word, this is an all new Aston. At the front, the classic Aston grille has been trimmed down and sits above a carbon splitter. These side strakes slice down the side of the car like tendons holding together the muscle, and at the rear there's a beautiful integrated rear spoiler made from a single piece of carbon and tail lights inspired by the 177. Let's start with the new bits on the inside, of which there are many. There's a brand new dash design here inspired by the 177. It's got some really cool touchscreen buttons here that have haptic feedback, so they vibrate when you touch them, and that controls the brand new infotainment system with Garmin SatNav and much updated graphics. And then there's the steering wheel. It's got two flat sides here. That's inspired by the 177, and there's two important buttons here. One, that's the sport button. If I push that and push the throttle, well, you get the full feedback of that gorgeous, gorgeous V12 engine. The other one is down here. That controls the adaptive suspension. It's now a 3-stage system. So you've got a normal mode, you've got a sport mode, and you've got a track mode. The normal mode, well, that's good for everyday driving and surprisingly soft. Sport, well, that ups the ante a little bit and can be a bit too firm for some of the bad roads we've got around here in the UK. And track, well, take my advice, that's not for use on public roads. I need to talk about this new engine. It's not entirely new, it's still a 6-litre V12, but it's been upgraded to produce, as I said, 565 horsepower. As we know, it still sounds sensational. You just can't beat a V12 for that noise, but it also goes a little better too, especially at the top end. You don't have that low down torque that you get from these modern turbocharged engines, but once you're up to about 6 or even 7,000 RPM, it's absolutely flying. This car steers a little better too. Yes, it's got a carbon skin, but it's only 1 kilogram lighter than the DBS because of the extra equipment they've chucked on top. But even so, all of that weight is much more concentrated within the wheelbase, so it turns direction really sharply and it feels a lot more planted and secure on the road. It's not razor sharp, but it's very impressive nonetheless. Of course, there are those that say evolutionary design is dull. Although I think the design of the new Golf, the new 911 and the new Range Rover might have something to say about that. But this, the new Vanquish, is something a lot more special than an updated version of the DBS. It takes Aston's essential DNA and brings it bang up to date. This is definitely Aston at its best.